Chapter 2. The Violet Hour. The indigo glow of the Global Resonance Broadcast, GRB, filled the streets, but in the sublevels of the city's financial district, a different color was bleeding through the cracks. A jagged, angry crimson pulsed from the ventilation grates of the Onyx Tower, the headquarters of the Syndicate of Seven. Kalen watched the heat signature on his monitor. While the world sat transfixed by the first truth stream, a documentary revealing the Syndicate's manipulation of the global oxygen supply, the Syndicate itself was preparing a dead man's pulse. "They aren't trying to save their money anymore," Kalen whispered into his comms. "They're trying to burn the library." The final scorch. Inside the Onyx Tower's vault, Director Vane, the highest-ranking member of the Seven still on planet, stood before a liquid core processor. He wasn't typing. He was holding a biometric null key. "If we cannot harvest the resonance of this species," Vane hissed, his voice distorted by the localized frequency jammers he had activated, "then we will leave them with nothing but the silence of a dead grid." He slammed the null key into the core. A surge of raw, destructive data, the zero-out script, tore through the local lines, aimed directly at the lattice's regional gateway. It was designed to create a feedback loop that would fry every Ethernet receiver in a 100-mile radius. The lattice defense. Kalen's screen erupted in warning symbols. "Thorn, they've triggered a scorch protocol at the Onyx hub. If that pulse hits the Ethernet, the 12-day lockdown becomes a permanent blackout." "I'm 3 minutes out," Colonel Thorn's voice crackled over the Vanguard Alliance channel, "but the frequency jammer is too thick. My team can't breach the vault without triggering the failsafe. Kalen, you have to counterphase it from the inside." Kalen didn't hesitate. He dived back into the shadow code, the signal in the static he had found earlier. He realized now that the tuning fork math wasn't just for measurement. It was a weapon. It was a frequency shield designed for exactly this moment. "I'm not just blocking you, Vane," Kalen muttered, his fingers blurring across the haptic glass. "I'm reflecting you." The violet strike. Kalen grabbed the Syndicate's crimson data stream and wrapped it in the violet frequency of the lattice. On his monitor, the two colors clashed, red fire meeting violet ice. As Vane pushed the null key deeper, the lattice didn't break. Instead, it absorbed the energy. The violet light grew brighter, fueled by the Syndicate's own power until it reached a critical mass. In a flash of blinding light, the Onyx Tower's internal systems didn't just shut down, they inverted. The zero-out script was rerouted back into the Syndicate's own private accounts. Kalen watched as centuries of stolen wealth, hidden in ghost ledgers, were forcibly decrypted and pulled into the public lattice vaults. The extraction. The vault doors of the Onyx Tower blew inward, not from explosives, but from the sheer pressure of the atmospheric shift. Thorn and his Argus strike team moved in, their silver and white armor gleaming in the fading red light. Vane fell to his knees, clutching the melted null key. His eyes, once sharp and predatory, were now clouded with a strange, shimmering indigo. What did you do?" Vane wheezed. Thorn stepped over the wreckage. "We didn't do anything, Director. You tried to steal the sun. The lattice just gave you exactly what you were worth. 0. The subplot deepens. As the soldiers led Vane away, Kalen stared at his screen. The signal in the static was humming louder than ever. Now that the Syndicate's interference was gone, the signal was forming a pattern. It wasn't just a frequency, it was a map of the human nervous system. "Thorn," Kalen said into his mic, his voice trembling, "the financial reset is a cover. The lattice isn't just taking their money, it's rewriting the global neural network. We aren't just getting paid, Colonel. We're being synchronized." The screen flickered and a new message from the Oracle appeared.